Good afternoon, everyone. I've been making some Valentine cards, and I thought I'd come in and just wing it and make a couple of extras. Anyway, I started the camera and noticed it wasn't on, so I'm going to start again. I'm just having one of them days today. The kits that I'm going to use, Lydia, as of Raindrop Lila, has some gorgeous papers, absolutely lovely, lovely papers. These ones are part of her cream neutrals collection, and they work beautifully for making cards. And if you print off of you know, the Microsoft printing on your PC or iPad or wherever you print from, and you go to the smaller size and take the tick off, it's the perfect size for a TN size or for you know, making cards. Now, the first lot I showed you come from the cream neutrals. These are from another set, which are just cream based, and they're beautiful, beautiful doilies. Absolutely gorgeous doilies on these. And so I've used these two sets. They're a lot bigger. They're a lot bigger than the sets that I'm actually just showing you now, but these are the ones that I've been using. And I'm going to be making a journal, so you'll get to see them all again. And these are Lydia's Valentine's tags and cards that she's been doing, and I've just printed some of the ones that I'm using off to show you because they're absolutely amazing. Aren't these adorable? So cute. Beautiful fussy cut page, absolutely lovely. Now I printed them all off at half size, so they were better to go on cards, but obviously at this size they're amazing as journaling cards in your journals and what have you. You know, they're really, really lovely. But that's just a little snippet of the ones that she has in this kit. That they're amazing. And you've got journaling cards and you've got your tags, and there are loads. You'll be able to see there are loads because I've got two great big piles here of the leftovers from what I've already been making. You know, you've got these huge great big piles of them. You know, they are amazing. There are some absolutely fabulous images in these. There really is. You know, I mean, they are just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I will link all these down below, and it's not too late to make a Valentine card because most people forget about it till the day, don't they? I shot out yesterday, so I wanted to go out yesterday and send Levi his, but I'm having problems with the arthritis in my leg going up into my hip, so I couldn't walk very far yesterday, so I had to go online and order him one. I usually use Moonpig for birthday cards and that if I can't, you know, have a chance to make one or what have you. And I had to go and look for a completely different app that I don't use to order him his Valentine card, so he didn't know it was me. Mind you, in the years gone past, I've done some crazy things to get him a Valentine card, and it is surprising how many lasses turn round to Levi and say to him that they are the ones that sent him the card. So, yeah. I've changed into a young lass. Anyway, this is one of the cards that I made when I thought I was online, but I wasn't, you know, when I thought I was recording. And it's literally just a piece of lace up here with 4 of the cards. And I love these roses, I really do. Wording and a little bit of dictionary paper at the back. Let's see if they don't fall over on my head. And this one too, I made this one while I was recording, which I wasn't recording. I've just put a couple of coffee coloured doilies underneath, and again, the words. It is so easy to make a card in next to no time if you've got good, you know, an image that you've taken off that is beautiful. Now look how simple this one is, and yet it looks so effective. It's literally 1 tag and 2 doilies. Quick and simple as that. Now always put your insert in. It's so easy to make your insert to measure. Always come in a little bit from the top and the bottom and the sides so that it looks like a professional insert. And make sure you glue to the front cover, not to the back, because if you glue to the back, they're fumbling trying to open this bit to find out where the writing is. And you can see those gorgeous backings. This is one of the doily backings. A little bit more like a scrapbooky card, that one. This one I also did just now. In fact, that's the glue's coming off of that. That's because I just did it. I've obviously, when I was moving them, I've obviously not glued that down properly. There. So that one is literally just a piece of lace with half a doily, and I tucked the lasses underneath. It took me a little while to decide which word to put in there, but that turned out really lovely too. How cute are these? This here came from LAHay Treasures, and you can make these on your scanning car or whatever, you know, you go into doilies and you can cut them and choose the size, and they were perfect, absolutely perfect for this. I just adore these lasses, I really do. And this lovely, lovely fabric strip here, that actually came from Arzern. Here I've used the fussy cuts, and I've just popped them onto a bit of old book paper, and I actually vintaged this one up. You know, I used your vintage photo and made it more of a grungy style, and I think that turned out really well. And this is the card I actually made for Levi to give to his girlfriend. So it's similar to the other one because I wanted one for me and he was having one, you know, and I made a wee envelope for it to go in, so it all matches and it's there. And I even put a little label on the front for him to write on. And of course, you know, how to make this is so easy, isn't it? You just literally take your card. Hang on, I'm going to find a piece of paper down here to show you what you do. All you do is, of course, if you're making the card smaller than your normal size of paper, you're literally going to come in and you're going to fold this up to the size of the card like this. Then you're going to bring that one down, and there's your envelope, and you just cut your corners off so it makes it look more like a professional photo, you know, a proper envelope thing, doesn't it? It looks like a proper envelope. So that's for Levi for his last tomorrow. There it is. I knew I had a paper bag somewhere and I couldn't find him. So let me pop that in there so it doesn't get dirty. And I've got a couple of, where the blanks gone? I had 2 blanks just now. There they are. So I've still got 2 blanks left, and I thought I would just do another card, see, because I've paid 3 already and you didn't see me making them anyway. So it's a really, really wing it Sunday today. It really is. So I've got a lot of pain in my hip and my leg from the arthritis. So I've not been able to do much, and we've had so many things going on in the family. It's been untrue. Tuesday, my son, the youngest son, I'd gone for my diabetic eye check, and when I came out, he actually phoned, and apparently the doctors have been trying to get hold of him since September last year. Actually, I love that one. And I'm not sure why it's taken so long for them to get hold of him, if they tried to get hold of him then. But anyway, he had to go and get had to get emergency bloods taken because there's something wrong with his liver. And the thing was, he was with me last weekend, and I was absolutely amazed at how much weight he'd put on, because he's normally really, really, you know, skinny as our Bob. So he's gone and had all these blood tests done, and obviously we're going to have to wait till Monday or Tuesday for them to get the blood results back to find out what's actually wrong with him. But I was diabetic when I was pregnant with him, so it could be something to do with that. It could be liver disease, because obviously I've got that and all. Poor son, I'm giving him all the lurgies. So at the moment, we're not sure what's actually happening with him. Then the other son, he had a motorbike accident, which I've talked about before. This was like nearly 2 years ago now. Off-road, hit a hidden tree stump and smashed the bottom half of his left leg. They did surgery, and his leg was an inch shorter, but they'd repaired it, you know, and he had quite a lot of mobility. Well, gradually, even with manipulation operations, it's got worse, and I could see where it was going into the kneecap. Anyway, he he went up to see them and on Thursday, and when they took the x-rays, the metalwork that they put in has actually eroded away the bone. So he's going to have everything taken out, and they're going to have to try and repair where all the metalwork is by putting something in, you know, a spacer in, you know, in between the two bits of good bone, and take all the bad bone out, and give a new kneecap, and goodness knows what else. But obviously he'll never walk properly again, you know. So obviously that was a shock for him. But the biggest problem is that they don't, you know, they have such a huge backlog at the moment. It could take 2 years before he gets the operation. So we're thinking, well, if it's going to take 2 years to do the operation, I might change them around, and it's taken, you know, just under 2 years to get to this state, will he actually have, no, let me start that one. Will he actually have, you know, anything left there to work on, you know? So it's really worrying for him. And the stress, he had a fit in the night. He had a seizure, and he's never had seizures before. So, you know, he's obviously really stressed about all this. So we're just waiting to see, you know, he's got to wait for an appointment, one from the neurologist, because, you know, obviously they're going to have to see why he had this seizure, and two, about his leg, whether they can get him in any quicker, because it is in such a terrible state. Good news is our Harmony, bless her heart, she had her appointment and they were over the moon with her. Absolutely over the moon with Harmony. She has done so well. I mean, she's trying to walk and all sorts, you know. I mean, when you're born like that, you know, with your feet and your hands both, you know, all bent back, they didn't think she'd ever walk or she'd be able to do anything. Her right hand is still a little bit not right, but she's starting to get manipulation in that. And I'm just going through labels here. She is so amazing. She's so, you know, she's a fighter, and she, you know, she tries so hard. So, you know, if you could see her when she, you know, how she managed to get across the floor, and if she's eating, she uses her right hand. She will get her knee of her right leg and push her elbow up to help her use that right hand. You know, how these children adapt is absolutely unbelievable. So she really is absolutely amazing. We're just so proud of her. We really are. Let's shove that one up a bit. So yeah, so Harmony, we're absolutely tickled pink with her. We really are. It's just been the best news ever. But then yesterday I found out that my aunt, who had breast cancer, the breast cancer's come back. So it has just been such an awful week of people, you know, with medical problems. It really has. It's just been one of those flipping weeks this week. You know, you just get there and you're like, well, what's going to happen next? So my problems with, you know, the pain in my leg, not being able to walk very far, is nothing compared with everybody else. Yeah, I like them like that. I think that's worked out okay, isn't it? Yeah. These images are so easy to make cards with. Really, the work's already done for you. And I say all I'm using is a bit of lace here and there and some coffee coloured doilies. I mean, you can use any colour you like, obviously. In fact, I got my white ones out, I got my red ones. I landed up just using the coffee coloured ones. And the coffee coloured ones, they all came from LAHay Treasures and Laura up in Glasgow. And they are just such a lovely colour. They really are, because I wanted to go very Victorian. You know, because they really did smash it when it came to Valentine's cards, didn't they? They were just amazing how they put things together. Just make sure I'm in the middle. So that's why I did this. Now, once you've got your cards done, obviously you can give them away to people, but you can also add them to your journals. You can make a tucky spot to put them in, or you can use them as flips and flaps, because they are just lovely as a flip and flap. The one thing I will say, when you're card making, don't go over the top. Don't, you know, less is more with card making. I remember Mum years ago, she used to make cards, and I mean, she still does now and again, but there was so much lace and bows on them. It was too much. It really was too much. So just I'm using the Fabri-Tac because I need to get another bottle of the Nouveau out, and I don't really want to go digging in cupboards today. I actually cut that really good. I didn't realise it would fit. It was just a piece that I'd cut off, so it's actually fit really well. I've got a tiniest little bit at the top coming over the edge. I work with somebody, and she was brought up in India, and they went to an all-girls school. And at Valentine's time, I think I'll back that one as well. At Valentine's, what they used to do is they used to get some hearts, you know, paper hearts, and they would stuff them with bits of whatever they found when they were collecting bits over the couple of weeks before Valentine's. And then they would seal these little paper hearts up. I mean, it's literally 2 hearts stuck together, that's what it was. And they used to, on the day of Valentine, they would go and they would rip these over the little lasses' heads, you know, which showed that they were loved by their friends and what have you. It's a really, really, really sweet thing to do. In fact, one of the craft groups that I did, the kids actually made some. And surprisingly enough, they didn't make a lot of mess, which was quite surprising, because, you know, when I spent a long time cutting all these bits of paper up. I'd got sweetie wrappers like she'd suggested, and bits of card and things out of, you know, when you've used your punch, you know, the shapes that you punch and all sorts. And I just imagined, you know, all this all over the floor and the kids ripping these over, and they were really, really good. They didn't make a mess. But it often makes you think, you know, when they have a card making session in class, and it's for the, you know, the kids in the class are going to get a Valentine's. You feel for the kids that don't actually get one, don't you? And of course, with that, ripping that over somebody's head, the bits are going to be in your hair, aren't they? So you're not going to get them all out. So people are going to know who's had one or who's not. Kids can be cruel but kind. So there are 2 more really, really quick, simple ideas. I mean, they literally do just take seconds to knock these up. They really are. And as I say, if you've got a journal page, go back to my demonstration bits of card here. Let's just bend that like that. Obviously, you can make these into flips and flaps, can't you? You know, let's pretend that this is a journal page. Let's move that out of the way, and you would attach that with your washi tape or whatever down there. That would be attached to that, so that you can bend that over and flip it over. You can then have something in here, decorate with however you want. You can decorate in here, and this bit can be the journaling piece. You know, you could maybe put a stamp in the corner here, or something like that, but that could actually be your journaling space. And obviously you can decorate the back as well, because obviously I've made these to put into journals and to give away. I mean, like the kids downstairs, I'll be giving them a card to give them mum and things like this. But also, you know, you can make your tuck spot and you can pop it in, and And, you know, these are things that are really, really lovely and quick and easy to do. And, of course, if you make them even smaller, you know, it's up to you the size that you make them. But what I did, all of these were printed at half size, which made it so easy. And I mean, like the little lassies, they are in blue as well as in the red. And there's such a selection. You know, I mean, I love that one with them all in the cars. You know, look at the dog. He wants to drive. You know, elegance. They're fabulous, fabulous images. And there are so many. I think Lydia has done an amazing job. And as I say, I'm making a journal, so obviously you will see some of these in the journal. But I just thought I'd pop in today, because it's Valentine's tomorrow, do a wing it, as I do my winging it, and just show you some of the cards. But what I would really like to do is to show you some of the cards that I've actually collected. I used to live in a place called Newhall, and that's in Surrey, outside London. And I met this woman on eBay, and she happens to be from the same place, you know, that I lived. And it was funny because, you know, obviously when you find somebody who comes from a place that you live and you find out you know where they were and you can remember them and things like this, it's really, really strange. Anyway, so I collected, I've got some Valentine's cards. I've taken them out of packets, some of them. So I'm just going to show you some of the ones that I've got. Most of my Valentine cards are 1930s and 1940s. Okay. Very simple little one there. Very, very cute. And then you got this, look at this one. Because they did tend to do just the card. It wasn't open up. You just had this flat card. Yeah. Like a calling card almost, weren't they? And look at this little one. I'm going to bring you down. Sorry, I'm bringing you down so you can see properly, because this is adorable. You actually see this one. Look. To my Valentine. At the chance, I'd jump to be your Valentine. How gorgeous is that? I mean, that would be amazing if that was in a circus journal, wouldn't it? It's absolutely adorable. Look at it. Gorgeous. I love that wee one. They had a lot of imagination on for Valentines, didn't they? And nowadays, they don't seem to have that sort of imagination anymore. Isn't she cute? They just seem to be these factory made things that are thrown out, and that's it. This is a little one has coloured all that in, and the wee hearts on the front. And that's to Auntie Erla from Pearl. But that's the thing, they used to give them to their aunts and their uncles and their mums and dads and brothers and sisters. Isn't she gorgeous? And this little dot here, look, for my Valentine. I mean, they're so thin, I don't like to mess about with them. Little playmate, tell me true, have I a chance with you? Let me be your Valentine, for you always have been mine. Isn't that adorable? And then we've got our bear. Adorable, it really is cute. And then they got the ones that the girls have made. Now I've got two very similar of these. Let me see if I can find the other one. It'll be easier to show them together. Yeah, there's two. And they must have been made in class, because you can see that they've cut the heart out and stuck it over the top, and they've obviously cut out the lace effect. Now this little one, obviously she's coloured this, pop that on there, and then she's coloured inside. Yeah, but this one, she's added this gorgeous, gorgeous doily on top, which totally changes the whole look of it. You would not think that these came from the same class. They're absolutely lovely, and you can see, look at what she's done on the back. I mean, this one's got a cupie, and then you've got a flower on that one. So you can imagine these had obviously been printed off for the girls to make at school. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. That's more of a modern one there. Yeah. I've taken a shine to you, and there he is underneath. They're just absolutely lovely. They really are. They're just so cute. I just, you know, to think of the time and effort that people went into these. Look at that. Take it gently off your hook. Take a careful, steady look. You will find my Valentine. That big heart you've caught is mine. How adorable is that? They prefer the, you know, the jokey ones these days, don't they? Look at this gorgeous, gorgeous doily. You can see at the back. Look at the delicacy of that gorgeous doily. And there's a tiny, tiny, teeny dot here. A little face. And this is the last one. There's a wee little one there. And then this is my favourite. I absolutely adore this one. Look at this one with his eyes. His little eyes, look. So you can see where he is. You're the honey I'm after for my Valentine. Isn't he lovely? And look how delicate that it is in the back there. And that was for Auntie Ellen and Uncle Dwight. That was from them. So they'd obviously say it to a niece. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love that. I really do. So that's just some of mine I thought I'd share with you. Just for inspiration, really. And it's inspiration for any of your journaling, isn't it? To see things like this and to remember, you know, how much creativity they had in then. I mean, there was nothing nicer than creating at school and making beautiful things. I mean, I used to love making the stained glass windows. I used to love making stained glass windows. I really did. I think that was so much fun. So these are just some of the cards that we've done. And I've had a lovely, lovely time making these. They're all ready now to go into my journal and make some flips and flaps and to send and share out with the lassies and the kids downstairs. Because guarantee, I know somebody will say to me, have you got any cards made? Happens every year. And that's me guys ready to go to him later. So have a blessed Sunday. Thank you for being here. Well, I've just had a blether and not done much today because I really wasn't up to much at all today. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have more mobility in my legs because I want to do a BB Crafts with you, show you the gorgeous, gorgeous envelopes. In fact, I've got some just tucked underneath here so I can just give you a little sneaky peek of envelopes that I'll be doing tomorrow. Sorry about the light. As I say, it's got very, very dark here. The weather's been appalling for a week again, and you know, it's very, very difficult. You know, I've got a circle light one side, I've got a lamp the other side, and I've got the overhead light on, so hopefully you can see all this. So have a blessed day, everybody, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Ta-ra.